Happy 420 to all our fans who are friends of the Devil's Lettuce. I know my husky partner right there is higher than a giraffe's vagina. And if you want to be flying high, go to YouTube, search out at NTTFGPOD, download our episodes, subscribe, give us a like, say what's up, and everything will be cool. I'm Rock.
And I'm Archie. Well, our opinions, they might not matter to some, but...
What are you doing in there?
It's a podcast.
Immature, crass, trashy. And those are their good qualities. These poor schmucks are a couple of IQ points away from eating paste. But when it comes to music, sports, and comedy, well, that's all they know. You're listening to
Not These Two Fucking Guys.
Not These Two Fucking Guys podcast.
Yeah, your beard is weird. Let's talk about it.
Yeah, why is my beard weird?
Oh my God, come on. It's MGK fucking lyric against Eminem. Wow.
I didn't know that.
Dude,
Dude,
in their beef,
are you drinking a Bud Light right now?
your beard is weird. Let's talk about it. I could say this has nothing to do with who they sponsor or the can or political views. I never liked Bud Light. Right?
I have, on all honesty, I like once in a while an ice cold Bud, like straight up Bud.
Yeah.
Budweiser, ice cold though for some reason.
America.
But Bud Light, no. Bud Light, Coors Light. I'd rather drink a Miller Light than all of those.
No doubt.
But I'm not drinking any lights because I'm either like a Land Shark.
Here we go.
Or I do like Corona Light, Heineken Light. Heineken Light.
It's good, but the problem is there's not enough alcohol in it.
Gotcha.
Drink a whole case of those things. Heineken does have a new beer out that is more alcohol than Heineken Light and less carbs. Heineken Silver.
Really? Have you had it yet?
Delicious.
Really?
Yeah.
All
Very
right.
good. I'd highly recommend.
You know what? You want to hear something fucking weird, Beard? I've been on such an IPA kick, and I don't like it that much. Isn't that fucking weird? Like, I think that the taste is going to change every time I buy a fucking 4-pack for $23. Like, you want to know what? I got some shout out to Magnify Brewing in Fairfield, New Jersey. I got some beer from a friend, from a guitar player that I jam out with, and they're good. They're good, but it's like something with the hops. You know what? I can't even say it. I don't know. Hops.
It's too hoppy for you.
What's bitter? What's bitter? Is it the hops that makes it bitter?
Yeah,
maybe it's a little too much fucking hippity hops.
So the more hops, the greater the alcohol content is normally.
Okay.
And that's why it tastes bitter to you.
All right.
Now listen, there's
Indian Pale Ale.
Yes.
Or India Pale Ale.
India Pale Ale.
India Pale Ale. Like I gravitate more towards those with a little fruity in there.
Okay.
I like that.
So let me ask you a question.
Please do.
You just said that, and this is why I love you. And if I was there, I'd give you a big kiss right on your big forehead.
Okay.
You said you're not into IPAs, but you're like India Pale Ale. What the fuck do you think IPA stands for?
India Pale Ale.
God damn it!
But again, I do like those.
What I'm trying to say is it's 420 and I'm high.
I'm coming down. But my question is that do they all taste the same though? Like if you talk to if it's a we got to get a beer taster. We got to get a beer guy on, and we're gonna do a taste test. That's what we got to do.
Yeah,
I want all types of beer. I want to know what is what. Like, because I have no fucking idea. Like what? Oh, so some dude brought back to the studio a fucking double. It was like, bro, I drank it. I almost fell asleep. The alcohol content was like 10 in the can, and I could, I could drink, but like I had a fucking sandwich.
I've seen you have 10 in a can. Yeah,
I
sure.
know, 10 right in a can. I just had a fucking sandwich this big, the size of your face, and I fucking
Pretty big.
and then I had a one of those monkey wrench, I think it's called, or wrench.
I don't want to
Ever-
beat Wrench. Yeah,
Wrench.
Wrench is a good brand.
And it was like a double fucking IPA. Like it came out like fucking motor oil.
You mean IPA on a fucking roll?
With
Yeah, Wrench is
butter.
good. The pink one I remember being really good. Like the kind of like the same can, but it has like a pink accents to it.
Yes, gotcha.
Cane Head High was a good IPA. I remember.
Mhm.
Listen, a lot of them are. So me and you are normally quantity drinkers. So you can only have so many, like
You
Like,
could only you could only have so many Mickey Ales.
yeah, you could drink like let's say vodka, tequila on the rocks or vodka on the rocks, right?
Yeah.
Higher alcohol content than an IPA, but kind of goes down, no carbonation, doesn't bloat you up. IPA, it has the high alcohol content, but like you drink one, you feel like you ate a fucking sandwich. You're right.
I know.
But there are delicious ones.
I tell you at night, because I'm not getting fucking tanked up, but I have a little bit of
You sure? You sure? You sure?
Everybody, when the house settles and everybody's fucking quiet and I don't hear no fucking ring a ding ding, I have a little bet, a little bit of devil's lettuce, and one of those a pint of whatever, and it's just and it's like it's one of those things where like you're eating smelly cheese. You like the cheese, but it smells bad. And you're like, why am I eating this? But you keep eating it. That's what I feel like an IPA is, an India Pale Ale. Rocco,
of course, you know what that is.
If you don't get what the acronym is,
Have you ever have a sour beer?
I don't like them.
Okay,
No, I don't
So
care for those.
they make you like
Yeah, no.
some are good. I had one. I can't remember the name of the brand, but it was like the flavor was like 7-Eleven, like cherry Slurpee or something like that.
Yeah,
Delish.
really?
Some of them are very, very sour, but there's all different kinds of beers there, Jason.
No, I don't care for it. I don't want it.
Don't care for it. I don't want it.
I don't want it. I have. Oh, I said this on the interview coming up, but I really enjoy Proper 12.
Proper number 12.
Proper number 12, or Conor McGregor's fucking whiskey, right?
Yeah.
Yo, I thought I had it with you somewhere. I was telling my wife, but I opened it up and I was like, I was all right. I didn't want to spend the $40 on fucking Jameson, right? It was like $42. I'm
gonna keep it real with you. Here's why I bought it.
And I think it was like $28, and I had people coming over, and that was my like, if the night goes left, I bust that bottle out and we're ripping shots. But if we just keep the night going steady, it's going to stay over there. We kept the night going steady. And me and my man, we had almost bro, we finished a bottle of tequila. Pretty much. There was like not much left. We were a little fucking tanked up. It was a nice night though. It was like a little couple's night. But anyway, for that night, I bought Proper 12, and I didn't open it up till last week. It's delicious.
Good.
For like $28, $30.
Can't beat it.
I think it's delicious because it has this like little, like
I know what you're about to say.
honeyish to it. Or
Yeah,
no?
yeah. I know what you're saying.
You know what I'm saying? Like if you
aromatic taste, yeah.
If you rip Jameson, like there's some times where it just kicks you right in the dick, and you're just like, oh god. Here we go.
There it is, folks.
I know this show.
Well, you and your significant other are the king and queen of Jameson back in the day.
Back in the day, we used to fucking drink a lot of Jameson.
Do you remember a whiskey that we had together? Powers.
Say it again.
Powers. Irish whiskey. You've had it with me.
Yeah. Where were we?
Yeah. It's a gold. I don't know. Everywhere. Gold label. Delish.
Okay.
For me, my favorite whiskey of all the times. I want you to guess it of all the times. You're gonna guess it. I got faith in you.
Crown.
Thank you.
Crown Royal.
Dude, I absolutely, positively fucking love Crown.
Like you could drink Crown straight and enjoy the shit out of it.
That's what I do.
Yeah. Oh, do you know mix like Crown and Coke? What's Crown? What do you usually? I don't drink Crown that much at all, to be honest with you. So I don't know what it's like the big mixer.
Well, dime bags drink the
Blacktooth Grin.
Blacktooth Grin is Crown, Seagram 7, and Coke.
Do you like that? Have you?
It's delicious, yes, but
a lot of Coke though. If you're drinking a lot,
I can't do a lot of that soda shit. You
could put 7 of those down, no problem. You're drinking a lot of fucking soda.
It's a lot of fucking soda.
Yeah.
Crown neat, delish.
I'll try Crown next. I'm really into this 12, man.
It's good.
Yeah. Like I could see myself getting into trouble, like shooting. Like I could fucking shoot the half the bottle of that fucking thing.
Yeah. See, that's the problem though.
So
I think you shouldn't do shots.
Welcome to Archie and Rocky's liquor review.
Liquor. Actually, I want to try one. I'm a huge Showtime series, not anymore. Ray Donovan.
Oh yeah, it fucking should have been sponsored by Jameson.
Yeah. Well, Liev Schreiber, the main character who plays Ray Donovan.
Yes.
Liev.
How
about you to fucking Liev? He has a whiskey, an Irish whiskey out now called. Well, in Gaelic, I think it's pronounced Sláinte, but it's spelled Slainte. Like it's like an Irish salutation or salute. Like it means good luck or something like that.
Greetings, salutations, peace to the nation.
I've heard it's fabulous. I haven't yet to try it yet, but that's on my
maybe we need to do
my wish list.
Maybe we need to do a whiskey tasting.
You know what? That's what we're gonna do from now on. Beer tasting, whiskey tasting, tequila tasting, vodka tasting,
cupcake tasting. These are the best cupcakes I've ever had. Also, to piggyback on that, excuse me, comedians Mark Norman and Sam Morrell. They have a whiskey out called Bodega Cat Whiskey.
Sounds cool.
Yeah, and I'd like to taste that. I think we're gonna have a whiskey tasting contest.
Do you remember we were at? This is a long time ago.
You got to buy the whiskey. Good.
We were no shit. We were out at a wedding, and the only whiskey I think they had at the time was Wild Turkey.
Oh, my stomach just turned.
You drank, I'll say conservatively, at a wedding, a bottle of it.
Oh, and
you were screaming at the top of your lungs, everybody, "Happy Thanksgiving!" Because it was Wild Turkey. Happy Thanksgiving! What?
That stuff is like fucking gasoline.
Yeah,
it's like gasoline. When I tell people like, "Oh yeah, let's do a shot of Wild Turkey," people were like,
"The fuck's your problem?"
Either they were like, "What is that?" Or they were like, "No, no, I don't want to do that at all." Yeah, Wild Turkey. Like, why the fuck did I drink that? I drank that for maybe a year straight. Yeah, bro, fucking Wild Turkey. Every time you do a shot, your fucking fillings would shake.
Bro. There's this guy I worked with back in the day, and I was young, and he's like, all he drank was, remember, Old Granddad whiskey.
Old Granddad.
Dude, literally, you could remove paint with it. You could start a fucking car with it. Or you could drink it. Dude, like, rough. Did you ever? So I would try to trick myself where I'm like, you know what? I really don't want to drink as much whiskey. I don't want to. So I'm going to buy some cheap, shitty whiskey because I'm not going to like the taste of it.
Yeah.
And won't make me drink as much.
Yeah.
What happens?
Drank the whole bottle.
Yeah. After the first 2 or 3 terrible
good
gulps,
shit.
you're like, like Rocky Balboa. It ain't so bad.
Do you remember me, you, John, and Vinny getting a shore house 1 year? And the 1 year we're like, fuck it, bro. We're going to save money. We bought
I know what you're going to say.
a gallon of vodka, and the label said Boomerang. Boomerang vodka. There was like, and the best of it was, it said Boomerang vodka, and that was it.
That was it.
There was no number, no website,
Like,
no fucking nothing. Just Boomerang vodka.
yeah. Do you remember you used to cut live commercials when you were having it? You have like the handle of it. You're like, Boomerang vodka comes back at you.
Comes back at you.
Or you'd walk in and be like, who wants some rang? Arch, actually, nobody wants that.
Nobody wants
it.
Boomerang vodka, sponsored of the Not These Two Fucking Guys podcast.
Remember we came up with their slogan, Boomerang vodka, when you absolutely, positively do not give a fuck. You ever just sneeze and it just fucks up your whole day?
I've sneezed and I've pulled something like in my shoulder blade, and it's hurt for like fucking like a month. Yeah, from a sneeze.
I think I just blew out my fucking vocal cords.
That was a hard sneeze. That was off camera, but that was a hard sneeze. I think a sneeze like that at your age, it could definitely fuck you up.
Drop a ball.
A fucking nut. How you doing?
Great. Yourself?
I'm tired, but I'm going. Fuck it. It is what it is.
Well, you look good. Who's your embalmer?
From here to there, from there to here. Fuck it. I'm very excited in one aspect of life, and that is music. Right now, as a rock fan, there is an abundant...
You're a fan of mine?
A what?
You're a fan of mine? You said I'm a rock fan.
Oh, a rock fan. Yeah. Someone get him a cocktail.
Yeah. Somebody get him fucking Quicker Wit. What?
Quicker Wit. Made by... if you're a rock fan right now, it's very exciting. Very exciting. Ask me why.
Okay.
If you are into the heavy metal scene or just heavier music, right now, I think it was like maybe like 2 weeks ago or a week ago, SEVENDUST released a new song called Fence. And it's kind of like a fucking do you remember a movie called Better Off Dead with John Cusack?
Hell yeah.
Do you remember there was a scene in the kitchen where the hamburger came to life? Yeah. Everybody wants some too. Remember that scene?
Yes.
That's how the SEVENDUST video is made. In like that
claymation.
Clay, like that claymation shit.
Yeah.
And I watched it and I was like, this is fucking funky. Song is called Fence. It's typical SEVENDUST. And that's great. You know what I'm saying? It's not like, typical SEVENDUST. And you know that when SEVENDUST comes out, it's coming out with a banger. So be on the lookout for that. I'm not like 100% into Foo Fighters. So glad that they're continuing. They just released a new song called Refused. No.
Definitely not called research.
He's this fucking guy. Man, oh man, we gotta do podcasts earlier because you're on. When you're on, you're on. The new
Go ahead. Say it. Pull the balls out of your mouth, then say it.
The new Foo Fighters song is called Rescued. And they played it on Octane, on Sirius Octane. I thought it was pretty good. I'm not a huge Foo Fighters fan, but
That's a hell of an alliteration. Foo Fighters fan.
right? But good. Very good. I can see where, and I'm the new album's coming out June 2nd, and I'll put a link up, and it shows all the tracks. And I think it's again typical Foo Fighters, and I think it's good.
Who plays drums on it? Dave Grohl.
That's exactly what I was gonna say next. I don't know. I'm gonna look that up. I want to see if like Dave Grohl plays drums on that.
Will they tour?
Oh yeah, they got festivals lined up right now. Word on the street. Matt Cameron from Pearl Jam.
Yeah.
Word on the street. So he might do
He
live.
played in Pearl Jam, played in Soundgarden. Yeah.
Which great transition, Rocky. Great. Soundgarden. It just so happens that this week that Soundgarden and
I saw that.
Chris Cornell's wife, Victoria.
I believe so.
Came to terms, and they're going to release Soundgarden music, or at least the last couple songs that Dave did with Soundgarden, that Chris did with Soundgarden. Dave.
Christ almighty. Christ almighty.
It's a lot of running around I'm doing.
Yeah, is that what you call it, running around?
Chris Cornell. So Chris, I don't know. Interesting. I wonder if they're gonna be like heavy. I wonder if there'd be like true Soundgarden songs, or maybe. But one of those dudes that the phone book, right? Doesn't matter what he sings.
Yeah,
it could be acoustic. It could be fucking
anything.
It's gonna be dope. So be on the lookout for that.
Bolo.
Now, what is fire to me? I'm gonna tell you, son.
I know.
My boys, Stained, dropped a new song yesterday. Now, do you know when like music gets a little stale for you? Listen, there's millions and millions of songs that you can listen to, and you can go to any genre. But you know, like just nothing fancies your ear.
Yeah.
So lately, nothing has been fancying my ear. So like I'm gravitating more towards podcasts and whatever, right? And I'm like, well, I just want something. And some songs are good, and I'm hearing some cool looking out for new bands, and something's cool. And nothing has been fancying me so much. And then I hear Stained, one of my top 5 favorite bands, comes out with a song, and I went, "Oh, come on, just give it to me. Just give it to me."
Yeah, Aaron, yeah.
And they fucking gave it to me. Every element of Stained is gift wrapped into a little box and given to you in a song called Lowest in Me. Everything. Melody, screaming, hardcore, breakdown, verse. Pain. And depression lyrics. Depressing lyrics. Everything. He crumbled. It was almost like, because like, they don't do much anymore, right? Stained.
Well, because Aaron went country.
Exactly. It's like almost they were like, "Hey, Aaron, you probably can't write for Stained anymore anyway." And he was like,
"The fuck I can't."
and he's like, I'm not only going to give you a banger, but I'm going to give you everything that Stained is about. And he
so this song is almost like a mission statement.
Yes.
Like, this is what we're about.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's phenomenal. Did you get a chance to listen to it yet or no?
Yes, it's very good. Very, very good.
The classic.
I see why. Listen, I can say this: you're a huge Stained fan. You always have been. So I know you'd like it regardless. It's a fucking good song.
It's a good song.
It's not even like, Archie likes him. He's gonna say it's good. It's
Yeah.
good. It's
Yeah.
good.
Yes. And it's even got the 90s or the early 2000s. You
Yes.
bring out the lowest. But everything that you would want, if you were a Stained fan, everything you would want out of a Stained song, they gave it to you. The song is called Lowest in Me, and if this is any inclination of how the album is going to be, fuck, I can't wait for the album.
Now, what did they give a release date of like maybe they haven't written the whole thing yet? Who knows? But have they said like, okay, it'll be summer, fall, winter next
I don't know.
year?
It's a good question. I do not know. I do not know if they are recording right now, if they're not done with the album. I do not know. But I do know that there is an album in the works. That's what I do know. And anything that's Lowest in Me, anything like that, I'm fucking psyched. I'm psyched. LOA, Life of Agony. This is gonna be like our little music show. Life of Agony.
This is like all I'm gonna call it Archie's all favorite bands show.
Yeah, I know, right? They just announced more headlining tours with Sick of It All.
Oh yeah. Saw that.
Yeah. So that's cool.
You know what I love? Obviously, Life of Agony is one of our favorite bands, but I feel like it's a resurgence and the demand for them is now up again.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
They've been doing a lot of touring. There was times, obviously, remember when they packed it in like years ago, where you're like, I may never see them again. And now it's like,
they're bigger than they've ever been with that,
agreed.
With that documentary
Agreed.
and just new life in the band, and they're bigger than they've ever been, and good for them.
I think too. I think the main reason is Mina sounds fantastic as ever,
Absolutely.
but I feel like is truly happy.
Yeah.
And
wants to do it.
And wants to do it.
Yeah.
And sounds amazing.
There's been years that I went to go see LOA that she was not happy.
No.
So you would see it on stage. And it was noted in the documentary and stuff, and I understand and I get it, and I'm a fan, and I went, and I loved it, because Joey's always nuts. But yeah. So I've seen the band up and down, and new singer. We saw Whitfield Crane come in, out again, and but the band is firing on all cylinders, my friend.
Yeah,
and they're doing awesome.
So happy for their success they're having this deep into their career. So
yeah. So check them out on tour, 30th anniversary of River Runs Red.
All I have to say is LOYEA.
LOA? No, LOYEA. Hey, Rocco.
What's up, buddy?
Oh, man. You know how I like to get a little funky with my intros when we have a guest, right?
You do. You're doing well, too. I got to
say. Just
say.
a little bit, right? All right. Well, we'll check this. Ready? Imagine if Lzzy Hale from Halestorm, Fiona Apple, Lana Del Rey, and Alison Mosshart from The Dead Weather were discussing the future of pop rock.
Wow.
Our next guest would be the topic of conversation. Welcome to Not These Two Fucking Guys podcast, LYELL. What's up?
That's awesome. Wow. I am beyond flattered. Thank you. That's awesome.
Well, listen, I have to explain myself because, I go off on these little intros, so I got to explain myself.
Yeah.
All right. So there was a song of yours that came up on my feed maybe like a couple months ago, and I thought it was real dope. And I had to check out more of you in the the more that I listen to, I'm hearing this is just me. Take it for what it's worth. I'm hearing all these different influences or these sounds. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yes.
All right. So like, there's like this low register that you have that I like, that Lana and Fiona, the assertiveness of Fiona Apple, the rock power that comes out in your songs of Lzzy Hale. I can hear that.
Thank you.
And there's this. I don't know if you're familiar with Alison from the Kills or the Dead Weather.
Yeah, a little bit.
Okay, well, there's a rawness to her, and she throws in a fuck in her songs, and she doesn't get like she's pretty like raw to and I just thought all these elements were coming out in the music that I was hearing.
That's awesome, and I love that so much. Those are all very much in my wheelhouse of influences. I love Lana Del Rey. Lzzy Hale's amazing. Yeah, no, that's super flattering. Thank you.
No, definitely. So we have to get from the start. We got to start from the start. So we found you on Instagram, and
Instagram?
I think it was Instagram. I think it was.
Oh my God, weird. Okay.
Yeah. I'm not 100. I'm not 100%, but I think it was Instagram.
Yeah. What song was it?
Yes, I do know, and I apologize.
Don't apologize. No, I'm just curious.
I'm someone, not myself. I'm not myself.
Oh, I'm somebody else.
I'm somebody else. Yes.
You got it.
Fuck. I had like a list. I like list of your songs, and I was like,
like which one?
the one that I was like, oh, like my ears just kept gravitating to this tune. I didn't write that one down like an asshole, but that's all right.
No, that's awesome. No, I was just curious.
Yes.
So cool. Okay.
I think because it starts off like a little, like, you know, like if I remember, it was like drum and bass almost, or just like, you know, and I was like, oh, I'm like, I like this song. All right, I like this. This is pretty cool. So that's what my ear gravitated towards, and we wanted to check you out and to see where the fuck you come from. Where the fuck you come from?
Where you come from? I love it. Thank you. I mean, so do you want me to answer where the fuck I'm coming from?
No, so all right. So how'd you get started? And all right, let me back this up because
ask her 20 more questions in one question, so she couldn't possibly answer them all.
I got this.
On Spotify, I listen to like maybe like 4 or 5 songs, and I see a range of like 2020 or 2021. So I'm saying you're fairly new to the scene, somewhat.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, I put my first song out in 2021.
Okay.
Nice.
Let's start from there. Let's go.
Cool. Yeah. So Potions was my very first song that I put out. That one was like just the start of it all. I got in the studio with my collaborator and my guitar player, Matt Merritt. And then I hooked up with JT Daly, who is my favorite producer in the world. He's incredible. I feel very lucky to work with him. And he had mixed some of my like stuff before, some songs that didn't make it as my first single as LYELL. Like they just weren't hitting it. Like I'd finished them, but it just they weren't there yet.
Okay.
And he took Potions, Matt and I brought it to him, and he just took it and made it like this. It's kind of like what you said earlier. It was just this genre that mixed my poppy kind of voice with the rock elements and some like electronic shit. And it was just like a really cool blend. And I really just felt so empowered by what he made it into. And so Potions was my first song that I put out. And then I'm Somebody Else was the second. And it just kind of like kept going from there.
Very, very well produced.
Thank you.
Very well produced. Like almost, I mean, so flip it to your Instagram. I saw that there was, you debuted, I didn't even know, I listen to Octane all the time. You debuted a song on Octane.
Yes.
With Sky Daddy?
Yeah, totally
okay.
right.
Okay. And I mean, I listen to all these songs that, you know, over and over the past week, and I'm like, God, how are these like not like in rotation on the radio? Like, what's going on?
Thank you. I'm indie. I don't have that like drive of a major label being like, hey, I'm gonna spend 70 grand on you at the radio.
Yeah.
But I'm doing my best. I have some really, really awesome supporters like Ted Stryker and K Rock, and there's just like a few stations that have really been so wonderful. Syracuse in New York, that try just put me in like a rotation as much as they can.
Yeah.
And you know, they've helped me out get on some modern charts and stuff like that. And that's I can't be honestly more thankful to those DJs in specific that just like are rallying for indie artists.
Good.
So Potions is a really catchy song, right? And the we're in a band together. I sing. So lyrics, like really, I really get into lyrics, right?
Yeah.
And, I related to the lyrics in that, but maybe for a completely different reason than you wrote them. No, it's the truth though. Like losing my shit in the middle of the night. Gonna drink a potion just to make it right. Like to me, like that hit home. It was like,
oh my
okay,
God,
it's 3 a.m. I woke up. I'm having a fucking anxiety attack. I do a shot of whiskey. And I don't. And listen, I don't know if that's what you meant or not, but it really struck a chord with me. And I'm like, wow, all right.
No, I'm glad, because I mean, that is sometimes it's that. Sometimes it means that to me. Sometimes it means other things. But yeah, as somebody who struggles with anxiety and like those moments of waking up like in a so wet in the middle of the night, thinking about something so ridiculous that is probably not relevant to my day to day, but it's going to keep me up at night for some reason. But fuck yeah, Buffalo Trace. I'll take.
Yeah, right on.
Yeah, I got you. But yeah, no, I'm really glad. Thank you. I appreciate it. So I didn't know. Okay, so you sing? You're the singer?
Yes.
That's awesome.
Not as good as you. I might add.
Oh, stop! No, that's fucking awesome. That's great.
So, all right. So, what type of, if you don't mind diving into a little bit, what type of anxiety? Like, is it something that like, is it something like I'm not good enough, or they're not going to love my songs, or is it more of like a personal thing? Is it something that you would want to, you know, let us in on?
For sure. No, actually, it's a perfect timing of that question too, because I have a single coming out next month that touches on this very subject.
Okay.
So yeah, I mean, I think all of us as musicians and as creators, we have imposter syndrome, and you know, the constant doubt and comparing ourselves to others, and you know, the bullshit cycle.
Yeah.
But I personally deal a lot with OCD. I have some intense.
Oh yeah. Well, my camera is 3. I'm pointing to this guy right there, Mr. OCD. Okay, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Well?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
It's okay. We still love you both. It's okay. All right, go ahead.
Appreciate it.
Go ahead, Lau.
No, but like it's so it's not so much like organizing or you know, maybe physical OCD. Like I definitely have some like sensory things, but it's pure OCD. It's all in my head. It's intrusive thoughts. It's that kind of stuff that just, you know, that's what keeps you up at night.
Listen, I'm going to sign off. This is hitting a little too close to home right now. And,
okay. You know what? And it's so crazy because I feel like a lot of people, there's such a misconception of OCD. People are like, you know, oh, type A personality, or you're so clean. Like fucking my place is not clean. That's not the point. But I won't keep meat in the fridge for more than like 2 days. Like I'm afraid of food poisoning, and like it's like shit like that. It's just constant fears, and they're irrational sometimes, but they're real to us, you know?
Yeah. So
that's what I'm sorry, Archie, to cut you off, but that's what struck me. And that's to me when it hits you the hardest, like OCD and or anxiety, it's like 3 a.m. and all those fears are irrational.
Yeah, 100%.
At that moment, it's the most real thing in the world.
Yep.
So you're saying that if you made chicken parm on Saturday and I ate it on Thursday, we would have an issue.
Oh my God. No, you wouldn't have been able to. If you were in my house, that shit would have been thrown away probably Monday. Like, no kidding. And like when I cook chicken and stuff, I like, even if it's the degree, it's fine. I have to like pull it apart, like shine a light in it. I'm like, is this pink? Like I have to.
There was a quite a long time ago that Rocco and I we would drink. We would go to this is when we were like early 20s, late teens. We would drink. We would go to McDonald's, right? And I wouldn't order because
Here we go.
He used to take the chicken nugget. He would dunk it, and then he was not going to eat the piece that he touched. Oh no, fuck that.
Oh no.
Yeah.
So that means he gets a 20. I'm automatically getting a 10.
And this Gavone over here is eating it off the table.
Oh, fuck that.
And
No.
with a clear head, couldn't give two fucks.
No, I wish I was more like that. Like, yeah, like dirty hands, licking shit.
Yeah.
Well, that was years ago. Yeah.
That was his nickname in high school. Dirty hands licking shit.
That's awesome. Good for you.
At gmail.com.
At Gmail.
Yeah.
No, that's excellent. But not excellent that you go through that, because that's definitely it's debilitating. It's very, very frustrating.
Now, through your music, can you cope with it? Can you bottle it in? No, well, I don't want to use bottle because we don't want to obviously keep it in. But is this how you handle anxiety, or is there other activities that you do? To help along.
I am very much the kind of person, like, music is my number one and it is my baby, and I spend a lot of time obviously with it, but I can't get too wrapped up in it sometimes. If I can't even sometimes listen to music without analyzing it so much. So sometimes I just like to be quiet. Like, I was just working on a puzzle. Like, that's how like, I'm gonna watch the Mets game later. I got my plants that I'm babying. They're either I'm a plant mommy now. So I have like a lot of ways of dealing with it. I'm starting to learn how to manage my stress and to manage like just well-being in general.
Oh, cool. All right, good.
Yeah.
So you're a New Yorker?
Yes.
Nice. Okay. We're on the same coast. We're good. All right, we're good.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Yes, we're in Jersey.
Okay.
Yeah, we're like
You're
northern.
not far at all.
No, we're in northern New Jersey.
What part of New York?
I'm actually in Rochester currently.
Okay.
Rochester.
You're up there.
Yeah.
Almost Canada.
There you go.
Yeah, that's a little ways. So then making travels down to like Manhattan to gig, I'm sure. And I see that you got a gig coming up in AC.
Yes.
Right? That's awesome. Let's talk about some touring. How's the support of touring, and how's all the, I'm sure you gotta love it. I mean, we never toured. We more like I always call like hometown heroes, and we branched outside a little bit, but we always got jacked up to go out and play a new gig, to play new people. So talk to us about that.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's like, it doesn't matter if you're driving 20 minutes down the road or 20 hours down the road. Like, just getting out there and having new faces to sing to and to play to. And I feel so at home on stage, and being on, that's like my number one. I could tour 350 days out of the year and be fine.
Yeah.
Christmas and like,
check on your plants, and then you'll be off again.
Actually, that would be rough. But yeah, I mean, touring is just so fun. So I did a tour last spring with Daughtry and Tremonti, which was so fucking fun. It was
nice.
I'm sorry, who are they? No, I'm joking. That's fucking awesome.
Thank you. It was amazing. And it was crazy because so Chris, Daughtry's been a buddy of mine for a little bit, and I get a text from him one day, and he's like, "Hey, can you talk in 5?" And I'm like, it's like so random.
Yeah.
I was like, sure. Sometimes we like talk about like vocal shit and like just show each other new music and stuff. But he calls me and he's like, "Hey, so what are you up to these days? Do you think you'd want to come join me on tour in 4 weeks?" I was like, "Oh, yeah, absolutely." So the second I got off the phone, I'm like planning, routing the tour, running a van, buying merch, because that was my first tour. Like, and it was a big one. Like,
that's for a first tour. Oh my God.
Yeah. So I was definitely nervous. Like, I was learning how to use in-ears and stuff for the first time. Like I said, kind of just DIYing the entire thing. So
holy shit. Your
it
nerves.
was really fun.
Now that's anxiety. That, my friend, now I would get anxiety.
Yeah, but it was like an outlet. I was like,
That's
"Ooh,
a good anxiety, though.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
no, it's fun.
talk to us about that. I mean, like, what? Listen, I could just imagine. I've gotten some for our level. I've gotten some really cool phone calls and some emails. I'm like, fuck yes, we're gonna open up for them and whoever.
Yeah.
Talk to us about. You got a call from. I mean, you have to explode. I mean, I would.
Yeah, no, it was fucking nuts. Like I said, like we had talked prior about just, like just dumb shit, and he's just such a cool guy, and I trust his zero ways, and I'm like, hey, listen to this. So to get that call on him being like, hey, do you want to come on tour? Like, it was bizarre. I was like, is this a joke, or are we
Yeah.
real?
I feel like that shit doesn't happen though. Like, obviously I don't know anything about the business really, but like I feel like another artist wouldn't almost like randomly call another artist and be like, yo. Like I feel like it would be more behind the scenes and managers and this and that like some artists would be like, you want to know what, we need a band, fuck it, I'm gonna hold on 1 second, boom.
I know, and a lot of
You
times
know?
it does happen, but a lot of times bands just want to bring their friends or have an idea and they push for them. I mean, with that tour in specific, it was actually a tour that was rescheduled. So it was supposed to be, I want to say November, December of 2021.
Yeah.
And then
Something happened with his family or
yes,
something.
his daughter died, and
Gotcha.
then he had rescheduled it, and then the original opener, it was supposed to be with like SEVENDUST. It was gonna be SEVENDUST, Daughtry, Tremonti.
Yeah. I remember that.
Yeah, it was like this whole thing, and then SEVENDUST couldn't do it for conflict reasons of the scheduling.
Yeah.
And then the opener that they had, I don't know if he couldn't do it anymore. So it was just Daughtry, Tremonti, and then, like I said, Chris just was like, "Hey, you wanna?" Which was awesome. It was so fun to be like, not only my first tour, but to be the only female on the tour.
Yeah.
Was
Yes.
amazing. It was so cool because Daughtry fans and Tremonti fans, like there's so many women in the crowd, like so many women. And it was really cool to hear them all be like, it's so good to see a girl up on stage. And that was
Nice.
empowering.
Yeah. I was going to go there next because you figure, and Rocco and myself, we're big SEVENDUST fans.
Yeah.
But that's a cool variety that you get to see.
Yeah.
Tremonti on its own is a guitar wizard. You have, Daughtry. First of all, his last album is one of my favorite fucking albums, dearly beloved. By the way,
Really good.
It's like a fucking top to bottom listen. By the way, anyway,
By the way,
FYI, and then
Dubs.
and to have you there, like that's really fucking cool. Like that's a good show. That's a nice package to see. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, I think so. I think it was a really interesting pairing, but it worked. It just really worked somehow.
Yeah.
And at the end of that 6 weeks, like the three of our bands, we were like inseparable. It was like it was so fun. The vibes were just so good. Everyone was so positive, hanging out on buses at the end of the night, having shots and just like hanging and like listening to music. It was just so fun. It was such a good time.
That's awesome.
I was spoiled because I feel like the bar is set so high now.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm like, fuck. But I do have tour dates coming up that I'm very, very excited about.
Wait, so Archie said you have a Atlantic City, New Jersey show. Where's that?
So actually, yeah, no, I'm with this band Hot Milk. They're from the UK. Amazing. And actually the Atlantic City show they're doing on their own. I'm doing the New York City show though.
Okay.
So they're on a festival in Atlantic City.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, okay.
So we'll be in New York, and I'm looking at the poster right now just to see the date exactly. Yeah, New York is the last date on the 26th of May, but we'll be in DC and Washington, DC and Boston before that.
Where in New York? What venue?
Mercury Lounge.
Nice.
Okay, cool.
Very nice.
Now, did you have like on a back end nerd perspective? Did you have any analytical information from that tour? The reason why I asked this is because that's a big fucking tour for your first tour.
Yeah.
So he wants to know, did you do focus groups for the tour?
Did you call them in?
How did you? Okay, guys.
Did you see the opening act? Fill out this ballot. No, but did you like gather emails? Did you like? I would think that you would have to capitalize on this tour. But did you do anything?
Yeah, I mean, a major thing. Here's the thing. Mailing list, especially for that crowd, that probably would have been ideal, a mailing list.
Mhm.
I instead just on stage would be like, hey, I would actually like carve out a minute of my very precious stage time and be
I
like,
know. Yeah.
I know. And I would be like, hey, you can find me on Instagram at LYELL Girl or follow me on Spotify. And instantly, like after the show, I would go look at my phone and I had my phone. So it was just nice to like,
Awesome.
then
Yeah,
I
good.
could, really communicate with them on an intimate level. Social media
Gotcha.
is more very personal these days. So, yeah, I mean, mailing list, I do have a mailing list, but like that wasn't a priority for me on that tour. It's just kind of like by social media stuff.
Gotcha.
She's like, listen, Arch, mailing list, old man. That's for like late 90s, but okay,
No, it's great. It's actually super helpful. Mailing lists or something. There's a reason why they're still around.
Yeah,
She's like, I instead of that, I prefer to play really awesome, and people just search me.
No. But I was like, trust me, I tried that before. Like I would, if I had like a local show or something, I would put like a notebook out and be like, hey, write me a note and write your email.
yeah.
And it would just kind of like get weird. And then I would have to and I'm like, I was like,
I can imagine.
So,
but I also like not on top of everything else, I was selling my own merch. So I would say at the end of my set too, like meet me at the merch table. So we would exchange, in social media stuff, and I would talk.
Yeah.
And
Nice.
So yeah.
So I checked out some of your shorts. Damn.
That's creepy. Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you meant like wearing shorts. My bad.
I was like, I don't wear shorts, but
what the fuck is he?
I wear pants, creep.
I sent Rocky a link. Numb? Was that Numb?
Yeah.
Or by Linkin Park, right? That you did not too long ago? Man, the pipes.
Aww.
What's very cool is that when you see an artist stripped down and not going back to the shorts, Rock.
Yeah,
When
Jesus. This PG.
When you see an artist stripped down and I watched it once, but were you on piano?
Yes.
And so how many instruments can you play?
Piano is my main. I learned that when I was 5. But I do dabble with guitar.
Mhm.
That's about it.
That's well, with a voice like yours.
And by the way, I sing my ass off too. I don't know if you know that.
By the way, I kind of sing.
Yeah, I don't know if you heard.
No. I wish I knew guitar better, but I leave it to my guitarist.
So tell me about, because like I don't know, like maybe like the last year, how big shorts is getting, and how you use it in not only in your profession but in all professions. If you have a YouTube channel, you're doing shorts now, because that's so. Talk to us about how you're integrating that into your career, into your musical career.
It's a great question. Here's the thing. So many artists, TikTok was like kind of like, I feel like they were the starter, that design of consuming, you know what I mean? You're just scrolling and it's 60 seconds and it's just like quick paced, and people just want to have a short attention span and just like see shit and then move on. So TikTok was really interesting for me to start getting into. And so many artists are like, I don't have time for that. I don't want to do it. But I got to tell you, you're stupid to not use those. It's a tool that
it's a tool. Yeah.
So TikTok, shorts, reels, I just try to use them more of like an entertainment / here's what I do. I think a lot of people just will sit in front of it and just like mouth their song and be like, hey, can you stream my shit? And that just doesn't work.
Mm-hmm.
So I do try to do covers that mean a lot to me and that people can relate to. And I really like stripping down like alternative rock songs. That's like one of my favorite things to do.
Those, you sound fucking great. I mean, like we've interviewed a bunch of singers, and you could tell, like, and we from metal to rock to, and you could tell right off the bat that like, oh, they're a cool singer, like they got this vibe or they got this thing. But when you take that away and you just have you and a piano, you could tell now, oh, wait a minute. There's something with her now. Like you could tell she's got it, like that type of thing.
That's so nice. Thank
you. So I could just imagine, because like you see you live and you're in front of a full band and it's loud and it's amplified and it's crazy and it's awesome and she sang and she's dope. But now, like you said, it's a more intimate type of feeling. Yeah. Now people can be like straight up, oh, I love that cover. That was beautiful. Keep going, sweetheart. And all this, like this stuff. Yeah. And I could just see, I see how Shorts in general is just taking it to another level to see another side of an artist.
Yes.
You know?
Absolutely.
So it's good that, you're utilizing it, because I see everyone everywhere doing, a lot of, we follow a lot of comedians. We interview a lot of comedians, and comedians blast their shit out on that stuff,
It's the best kind of exposure. You're going to get your shit to people that would never find it otherwise.
Yeah. Yeah.
So why not use it? It's the algorithm and get it to the people that need to see it.
There was the other one that I saw, and I'm not too familiar with this artist, Phoebe Bridgers. And I know she's fucking huge. I know she's huge too. And I just don't know much of her. But I looked her up after I saw your cover.
Oh.
And if any artist is going to have the URL of Phoebe fucking Bridgers, and she's like kind of like a pop star shit or whatever, I'm like, all right, she's cool.
Yeah, she's so fucking cool.
But why did you choose that song? Is that like is that something vocally, or was it something, what gravitated you to that song?
Yeah, it was actually just a song. I think I found it last summer, which is weird because I was listening to her during 2020. She put out Punisher, her new album, newer album, and I listened to that so much that summer, and I was like, I got kind of sick of it because I was just listening to it so much. And then the following summer, I just go for walks a lot. That's what I do. I walk a lot.
Nothing wrong with that.
And so I was like, oh, let me visit one of her older albums because I hadn't given them a chance. I came across that song Funeral, and it broke me. I was like, this song is so insanely well written and so personal. It's just, and it's so blunt. I can't, like, it's just, she puts her words out and it's just like, they're so blunt and shocking, but also like so beautiful and heartbreaking. And so that song, I just kept listening to it and I'm like, and again, with the guitar, I was dabbling with the guitar on that one. And it's just, you come across some songs sometimes that just, you feel so deep and you just want to cover.
Yeah.
It might not be like showing off your voice completely, but it's just really meaningful. So, I mean, all of her stuff is just so wonderful. You should really.
I'm going to check her out. Yeah. Phoebe fucking Bridgers.
Phoebe fucking Bridgers. Do it.
Yeah.
Highly recommend.
Who are
checking out my stuff? I'm sorry.
No worries. Who are some of your other influences?
I really like Nothing But Thieves. Royal Blood is a big influence.
All right.
I mean, I listened to a lot of 1975. Their new album is incredible. There's this band Yannicka. Her voice is insane. Honestly. And then like for songwriter stuff, like for just like lyrics, I've actually listened to a lot of Taylor Swift these days. I mean, she's just such an
amazing. Can't go wrong with T Swift.
Honestly, like, love her or hate her, but you can't deny she's an incredible lyricist.
She's gonna write a friggin' song.
I'm gonna go out on a limb and say I'm probably not the demo, but the songs that I do hear, I'm like, I like it.
Yeah.
Her latest, whatever, I don't know I know whatever's on, like, because we put the radio on for the kids in the morning, and like Z100 will play all those, whatever.
Yeah.
And I'm like, Anti-Hero. I love it. Great.
It's a great pop song.
There was another one. Not Daffodil. Fucking what's another song that she has? Lilac.
Oh, Lavender Haze.
Lavender Haze.
You said daffodil, then you said lilac. You mean lavender?
I'm just looking at all the kinds of weed over here. No, no, but like that, I was like, that's a fuck. And then there was a remix I heard on Spotify. I was like, that's dope. I'm like,
Right? It's
yeah.
just
So I
good.
understand. I could be a Swiftie if I wanted to, but I'm not gonna do it. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I mean, like, I don't consider myself a Swiftie by any means, but like, I respect. It's just her songwriting is just phenomenal, and it just, if it's cool because when you listen to all these different influences, then your music is gonna sound
Yeah.
like a little piece of all that. You're gonna
Mhm.
have all those seeping in, and it makes it a little unique, and it just lets me create something that I'm really loving and passionate about.
Go, Rock. Sorry.
What when Archie always puts me on to good music. He's the guy who will find stuff for me. I skim the surface and he'll go deeper and find stuff for me. And that's like that's like one of the jobs he has for me. That's basically what he does. He finds me good stuff.
For job for me. Yeah.
Yeah.
So tell me something to be listening to.
But he put me onto you, and what struck me about you was awesome lyrics. You belt, you're great, but I feel like you could fit in so many different genres, being so versatile. Where I could hear you in a hardcore metal band, rock, pop, and I think that's, to me, is probably the highest compliment you could pay to somebody, that you could do so many different genres and make them sound like your own. What do you attribute that to?
That means so much. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. And I mean, I don't know. I think it's just, like I said, influences as you grow up and you discover your voice. And I went from, loving pop music as a teenager to really loving singer-songwriter stuff, and then getting really into alternative. Like, I also, side note, Blink-182 was like oh my God, you name one Blink-182 song, I can sing it top to bottom. Like, it doesn't, I was obsessed, like, to a fault. But like all of these, so yes, I was listening to that, but then I was listening to, like movie soundtracks, and then, like all this different stuff. So I think it's just what I would sing along to and be inspired by, and it kind of just became this like cocktail of everything.
I think that's pretty cool, though. It's like I always take things as like XM radio or Sirius XM, right? Satellite radio. You can hear you on, pop hits on one. You can hear you on Coffee House. You can hear you on Octane. You can hear you on, and that's pretty cool.
That means so much. Thank you so much. That's really cool of you.
I definitely agree with you, Rock, because yes, listening, I'm trying to gather all these elements, because I hear different influences, and I hear different genres, and I hear a mix, and it's all well put together. And that's also a pretty cool challenge for a producer to get this type of music, which leads me to something. When you go into the studio, and how many people are in your band?
I have, my drummer, my guitar player, and myself currently. We would love to add a bass player to our live setup, but in the studio we have all live instruments.
Gotcha. When you come in, are you I'm assuming lyrics, vocals, are you arranging, are you orchestrating everything, or is it do they have say, or are they I don't know if it's like a, I don't know if it's a hired gun situation, or if it's a, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's a good question.
So when you go into the studio, I'm like, I have this idea, like this is this riff. And how much say did they have to build upon this idea?
Well, my guitar player, I mentioned earlier, Matt, he's like a huge collaborator. I mean, he's literally the other half of this band to me.
Okay.
And he is such a good lyricist, and the two of us just gel really well with lyrics. And a lot of times he'll just like start with like a guitar riff, like, this Kiss Kiss Bang Bang we just had come out. Like, I remember him just sitting there just like fucking around with it, and it just came so instantly. So him and I usually have this idea, whether it is a riff or just like a melodic idea, and bring it to our producer, either JT, or we have this our other producer, Zach Jones, who's also really fucking incredible. But yeah, we'll just bring it to them and we just hash it out. But JT usually has a lot of say, which I love. Like, so for Kiss Kiss Bang Bang, we brought him the song almost done. Like the arrangement and stuff between Matt and I. And he like sat with it for a week, and then we get a voice message from him on my phone. And he's like, "Hey, I just like tell me to fuck off. It's fine, but I really think this chorus is just not there yet. It's great, but it could be better." And I love that about him, because he really made us sit there. Like Matt and I sat with that thing for like 2 weeks and sent like maybe 10 different chorus ideas, and then finally it was just like that one, and I listened back to the old one, I'm like, holy shit, he made this so much better. So yeah, he has a lot to say, and so it becomes like a really collaborative effort, the three of us.
That's awesome, because there's some times where you could write something and you could love it, and for some, maybe you have a personal attachment to it somehow, some way, and then there's an outside ear that's like, oh dude,
you need it.
Do me a favor, reverse this. Just reverse this. And you're like, well, okay, I'll give it a try. And then
you're reluctant.
And then you're like, damn.
Yeah.
You're right. Right? Isn't it like
100%.
So it's always good to have collaboration.
It's funny, Archie,
because we don't. We don't collaborate.
No, but what's good is that, like, and you see this a lot with bands. They have a producer, put out a first album, killer, second album, killer. By the time we get to their third or fourth album, they're like, well, we can do this ourselves. We don't need, and you don't realize what the producer actually did for you to get you to that point. It's so hard to edit yourself.
Absolutely. No, you're so right about that. You both are very right about it. And it's funny because it's so easy to let your ego get in the way and be like, no, this is the best it's going to be.
Yeah.
You really have to put that aside and have an open mind and realize that it can be better. Like, and maybe not better, but it can be different, and it could appeal to more people. So yeah, it's
right on.
One of my favorite episodes that we had on this podcast was with a producer named Howard Benson. And Howard Benson did Daughtry, and he did Kelly Clarkson, and he did In Flames, and he has a hit out on now with the guy from Breaking Benjamin and Starset.
Amazing.
So like to hear him, like just for instance, like I'm a big fan of Flyleaf, okay, and Lacey Stern, and he did the first album, their iconic album, and he's like, when they came in, it was shit. He pretty much was just like, it's okay, it's good. The element that he brought to the band, just an outside. Like, it's one of their most fucking great album. Reunion, by the way, they're coming back. But I can't say enough to what you're doing right now. I love hearing new music, and I love that there's this hard rock, because we're big rock guys, and this rock element to your music.
Thank you.
So we pretty much, we wish you the best of luck. We want to see you. We got you here early. We want to see you succeed.
I really appreciate that. And like, it is so nice. I think you guys are so talented, and I love I was listening to some of your episodes, the episodes that you sent me. I listened to them both, and really, really, you guys are awesome. And it means so much that you like listened to my shit and like looked up my reels and my shorts and stuff. Like that's really cool. I appreciate it so much.
Man. When we dig something, we want to get it on the podcast and spread the word,
Yeah. No, I love that.
Tell everybody where they can find you.
Yeah, I mean, the best places is Spotify under LYELL, LYELL, and Apple Music, Instagram. I also have a song coming out on May 12th, and it is with Aaron Gillespie of Under Oath, and I'm very excited.
Ooh,
nice.
Very excited.
Nice.
Christ, you wait till now to drop that.
Sorry.
Jeez.
Sorry. Yeah, no, we're going to be announcing it shortly, probably this week. So, yeah, I'm very, very excited about that one. So that's in a few weeks.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
And when again is that New York City show?
It is May 26th at Mercury Lounge.
I'm gonna try to get Archie out of the fucking house for this one. I don't know.
I will say. No, I would love to come see you live, because I want to see. There's a whole nother conversation. Then there's seeing somebody on YouTube all the time, and then there's the live aspect.
Yeah.
So that's a whole nother animal. And
absolutely. Sorry, guys.
That's all good. I'm gonna leave off with this. There was a couple of things that when I was listening to your music, that I really love. That's why I asked you to come on. But when I heard your shorts, I think it was the Linkin Park one. I was like, so what came to my mind was Lyle has the type of voice that make people wish they could sing. So
Right on.
I'm gonna leave off the episode on that. Everybody, the great Lyle.
Thank you guys so much.
All right.
Thank you.
We wish you the
Appreciate
best
it.
of luck.
Thank you. You guys rock. Thank you so much.
All right.
Take care.
Thank you so much.
Bye, guys.
That was a good time.
Yeah.
I like her fucking rock shit. She's got some cool rock stuff mixed with something. I don't know. I'm not an A&R guy, but there's something there, my friend. There's something there.
Yeah, and I think, like I said, you could hear her in different genres.
Yeah.
And it's not like one artist, okay, I'm gonna do this genre. And almost like forced into it, like contrived, you know what I mean? Like
Yeah, you're right.
her voice just naturally, and when I heard her, you could hear her on a pop station. You could hear her on a rock station, the singer-songwriter side to her voice. So
yeah. Singing wise, I wanted to actually bring this up to her. Her vibrato is fucking.
yeah.
She's a singer. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Well, we wish her the best of luck. Hopefully, she'll be as what she's got a one name. So I mean, she's a one name artist. Now that puts her up with Rihanna, Madonna.
I sound Cajun.
Share. Rocco, with that being said, what do you have to say to the people?
If you just heard us talking to Lyle, your favorite SEVENDUST song is Denial. You can run a 5-minute mile and you punch holes in drywall and drink Mountain Dew like your name is Kyle, then you just listen to Not These Two Fucking Guys podcast.
We out.
SEVENDUST song is Denial, and you took a drop. And your favorite SEVENDUST song is Denial. Egypt is Denial. Your favorite river in the world is. Fuck me. If you just heard us talking to Lyle, your favorite SEVENDUST song is Denial.
You can get this.
Your
Come
favorite river is the Nile. And you heard more.
And you just got done watching Gomer Pyle?
And you dropped a deuce in your bed like the Amber Heard trial?